Oh, hello my friends and welcome to my studio. Today's episode is a very short episode and I'm going to cover two things. One is the use of gels and actually danger of overusing the gels. And I have Gambling Gel Kit Gel and the Gambling Solvent Free Gel. And I'll show you the danger of it. That's at number one. And number two is we're going to talk about the new scam that is going on right now on internet, or not on the internet. Everything is on the internet right now, but I think it's on the Facebook. I have seen it all on the Facebook, and I experienced this. So I just want to share with you, just make sure you're not going to get into this same trap and how to avoid it. All right. So one is the gels, and the second one is the scam. Interesting combination. So if you're ready, let's get started.
Here we go!
So the first one is the gel. And the reason I decided to shoot this episode about the gel, which I have one episode or one video about how to use 3 gels. And I mentioned that there is very critical point not to overuse the gels. When you're mixing, don't overdo it. Don't grab 50% of gel and 50% of paint. And I will show you the result. Now, here's the painting that I really like when I finish this. And I didn't sell this painting because I thought this will be really nice to have it in my collection, in my body of work. And I'm very, very glad I didn't sell it. And I'll tell you why. So I was using gel. I'm not sure what gel I was using. Probably one of these two. Or solvent-free gel or Gambling oil painting medium gel. I'm not sure. I just don't remember. But. And I'm glad I didn't sell this painting and I kept it because, first of all, I have a damage on this painting due to probably a lot of use of gel. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And the second, I'm just upset because I really like this painting and this painting is basically ruined by the gel. But at the same time, I learned. And we're always learning something. So this episode is about sharing my information on what I learned. So if you look at the images right now, you see a lot of cracks. Yes. And everywhere. Those cracks are everywhere. It's like a mesh on the painting. And as you can see, actually looking at this image, the cracks are only on the white. So I was using titanium white, and if you see it right next to the kind of gray, brownish grayish color, it's not cracked. The blue or green are not cracked. The only cracks I see only on white, and yes, only on white, only on titanium white. So the conclusion is, and yes, I love this painting, and it's basically ruined by this gel. Well, actually, it's not ruined by this gel. It's ruined by my stupidity and not following my own practice of not overdoing it. I think I was so excited to work on this painting, and I didn't pay attention how much of gel I was grabbing. So the conclusion is, you have to be constantly in management of gel if you're using gel. Right now, I'm at a stage when I don't really use gel. And as you know, as you probably know, if you follow me, this year I was painting all plein air competitions were in acrylic, and not only competition paintings, even off. When I was between the competitions, I was plein air work, and I was using acrylic. I just told myself, like, let's do acrylic all year round just to learn this medium, which is very, very practical right now and good and I can prove it. And last month, out of last competition in Cape Ann, I came to my studio and decided, okay, so the year kind of over, the plenary year is over, so let me go back to oil. And I actually discovered this painting with this because I thought, okay, so let me create a series of high key paintings. And I pulled this painting and I was like, wow. And I shared it actually with some of my artist friends, and we were shocked. So right now I'm actually working on oil in my studio because the season is done, and I'm not using anything right now, just straight paint. If I need to, work on viscosity of the oil, if you squeeze from the tube and it's very hard, just use a little bit of oil, mix it, not on your brush, just using palette knife, mix it, put it in the pile to use, and that's it, and just use it. What I found actually, I know it's very, very expensive, Vasari paint. Anything that comes from Vasari tubes, you don't have to use anything, just go straight paint, and that's it. Dry fast, actually dry faster than using gel, I think. Dry fast, it's much better to use. You can feel the oil, you don't feel the running oil when you mix with the gel or any like a Gimsol. If you need to do a wash, you can use just a Gimsol. So my recommendation right now would be probably, if you can avoid using gel, just avoid it. Just go straight to oil, like paint, and don't use anything. You can use, as I said, for the washes, you can use just straightforward Gimsol, and then just finish with the oil. That's it. And it will depend, yes, it will depend on a brand of oil that you're using. If you're using something that you squeeze, like Gambling, you squeeze, it's very hard to, or Williamsburg, what I found, because I have some tubes of Williamsburg that I'm using, and every time I squeeze it, it's very, very hard. I have to put a little bit of Gimsol or oil. I prefer oil. Mix it, make it, viscosity that I can work with a brush, and I would just leave it in the pile on my palette, and then just start using it without any gels. All right, so this will be kind of short episode of my recommendation, what I found, and I thought that would be because I have the episode about gel, how to use gel, those 3 tubes of gels. And when I found this, I thought that this will be critical to actually, produce one of this short video, warning you, don't overdo if you're using gel, or just recommendation, just avoid using gel at all. Just let it go. All right. All right. So this is number 1 about using gel, or probably not using gel at all. And number 2 subject that I would like to talk about today is a scam. It is a new scam that is floating right now, and it's, I think it's on only, I saw it only on Facebook. I was contacted from Facebook, but I think it's the same thing on Instagram, which is the same company. All right, anyway, somebody will contact you same way as NFTs, those NFT buyers, but the language will be a little bit different. Because language from NFT buyers, it's all the same. They just copy and paste, majority of the time. They changing constantly, that language, but they always copying. You see change, and then you see 3, 4, 5 collectors, NFT scammers, sending the same kind of message. Collectors. Why came there was a collectors? Scammers. All right. So this new scam is a little bit different because the language is a little bit different. They don't use one of the main word that they use all the time, kindly. This is a scam language because this comes from India and from Pakistan. I'm sorry, my Pakistani friends and Indian friends or subscribers, but this is a fact. Majority of the scams comes from Pakistan and India. So the language is always use word kindly, and this is probably first thing you have to look. If you see that kindly all the time, this is a scam. This is how I learn. Is my assumption. So there was no language like kindly and other words that they normally use, and everything went well. The person looks like English, American English. Always ask where are you from, and she said from Atlanta. Great. I asked actually where from Atlanta, and after some period of time, but this could be, person is just busy, but in my case, person was just searching on Google Maps Atlanta, looking for most expensive area in Atlanta, and this is what I got, most expensive area in Atlanta. And I said, okay, sound like legit, but let me keep going, because I step on this rack many times, and as we stepped on. So the language, everything was great until I said, okay, so this is the price. I used only one method, and this is what I recommend. If you're dealing with online sales, use only one method of payment. It could be Venmo, could be PayPal, or could be from your website. If you can send invoice, and people can use link from your website to pay your bill using credit card. No checks, please, no checks, because checks, you can cash it and they can withdraw the whole amount after, within 30 days. So no ACH, please, no ACH. They can connect to your account easily. All they need to do, get your, if you don't have second authentication in your bank, meaning they will send you email or text you on your phone. That's it. They can call. They know your phone number. They know your email. They know your information. You can give them information. They can have full access to your account because you have everything: routing number, account number, everything. So just one way: Venmo, PayPal, or through your website. So I said, okay, I have only one way of communication, of payment, not communication, the payment, and it's Venmo. I'm using Venmo a lot of times. And the person said, no, I'm using Zelle. Okay, Zelle is it's fine. I just don't use it, but it could be legit. I said, okay, that's fine. I'm waiting for the payment, and I will be working on the shipping label. She sent me a confirmation on Messenger that, boom, the money is sent. I went to my email. I see the email from Zelle. First thing you need to check, always click on the email that it was sent from and check the address. The Bank of America or Zelle was your bank, never use Gmail, right? So if that Gmail address, it could be Bank of America Zelle accounting something at Gmail. It's baloney. So I open this account, open this email, click on email address, see the Gmail, read the script or text of email, found several kindly and language that indicates that this is scam. So, and I keep going just to find out more information how they work. And this, I always recommend doing this if you have time or guts to do it. I always get to the point. So in that email there was actually phone. Please call this phone number if you have any question, which was like, wow, interesting. So I can actually call and talk to. So I called, and actually, let me go back. So email will tell you that the money are on hold because the sender sent $500 more to the amount. And first indication, how Zelle know that somebody sent $500 more, just amount, right? But the email will say that the sender sent $500 more, and the amount the full amount is on hold until you pay $500 back. And in order to pay this $500 back, you need to dial and give them a credit card. Very simple. Very simple scam, right? And I surprised actually because I contacted this person because I, phone number on email and on email body, and I, when I call, person said yes, it's Zella, Bank of America, customer support, and I said, what is your name? He said Jacob, with heavy Indian accent, not as my accent, Russian or Ukrainian accent, but Indian accent, and I said. Jacob, okay, Jacob. So what do I need to do? Oh, I need just a credit card, and you have to pay $500. And I, right away I said, "Oh, how you know I'm calling about $500?" The reason because that's how they work. And he said, "Oh, and because I'm looking at your account." And I said, "How you know this is my? You look at my account." It didn't even say, "Oh, because your phone number." And I said, "Oh, my phone number doesn't connect to my account." Or because no, it's connected, and start, all this nonsense. So anyway, I confront him and I said, listen, I'm not sure what is your name, what is your Indian name. I know for you from India. And I actually kind of BS him. I said like, hey, I'm FBI. This is what I normally do. I said, I'm an FBI agent, and right now we're tracing this phone conversation that goes to India, and then we're tracing. Please stay with me on the phone for 5 more minutes, because we know exactly where you or what city, so we can call your local authorities. And as soon as I said this, phone is clicked. The phone I dialed right away, and that's why phone was wiped out, because you hear like Google phone system is not longer available. I went to Messenger, and message is completely deleted. Blah blah blah. So what do you need to do? First of all, don't fall into that trap. Don't send any money. If you receive money, make sure it's on Venmo or PayPal. That actually PayPal people can withdraw. Venmo people cannot withdraw. That's the reason I'm using Venmo, because when money is sent, nobody can pull it back. That's a deal with Venmo. So always use Venmo and wait for the payment completed. When the payment is completed, it's done, you can ship the payment. If it's not, any other variables, don't work with this, because that's a scam. And don't give any of your information. All right. So this is the new scam that's going on internet right now. Payment through Zella, and they overpay. They overpay, $300 or $500. I got only $500 messages, and I got several of those already. And then they asking to, you see, looks like money comes from Bank of America, and I think, there's just on hold. All you have to do just pay $500 back to, because somebody, no, baloney. Don't trust it. All right. So this is a new scam that's going on right now. Don't give any information. If they sending to Venmo, and use only Venmo, I recommend. All you need just Venmo name, account name. That's it, and they can transfer money. And I do a lot of actually selling my paintings through on the internet when people connect. So don't ignore it, because you will be ignoring some people who wants to buy from you. All right, very important. All right, to summarize, don't use gel at all at this point, or use the minimum if you want to use, because you will ruin your painting, especially if you're using like high key and using a lot of titanium white. This is my recommendation as of today if you're using oil. And the second, don't get in the trap for those scammers. I know we are starving artists. We own, every time we get email or message on Instagram or on Facebook, I would like to buy you're trembling and like, hey, I can make it and I can order some paint and whatever you want to buy. Don't fall into this trap. Be legit. So my recommendation is, make sure you check. You don't give any of your information except your Venmo name. Add whatever your name you use on Venmo, because the Venmo is very secure. If somebody pays, they cannot withdraw it. And the reason I know, because I was using, at one time I was using PayPal. I sent the painting, and the painting was withdrawn. So payment went back to the customer, and I complained with PayPal. Nothing happened. So I lost the payment and I lost my painting. And don't give ACH any accounting numbers the same way. Not through painting, but through my business. We lost a lot of money because somebody was shipped the product and the money was on account, and after 10 days they pulled it back. We lost a lot of money, $1,000. So only Venmo, and make sure you're not giving any information, even though it looks like you just one step, like one inch from that sales. Baloney. If someone is not, normally the people who wants to buy, they will ask what method I'm using. I would say Venmo, here's my account. Within 15 minutes, money on my account, I can ship. There's nothing. If there's anything, people start negotiating, or there's many other scams going on right now. The main rule is, if somebody really wants to buy your painting, they may negotiate the price, yes, but they will never negotiate the method of payment or send me back something. Never. They will negotiate the price. You give them what you're using, and Venmo is normally everybody's using Venmo. They will send the money and it's done deal, and you can ship the payment, ship the painting or drawing, whatever you do, what medium. All right, that's all. I'm back in studio. We'll be working on several projects that I'm working this winter. God will bless with life and health. And I will be recording more and more. This is just, I was about to show you how to stretch canvas as a part 2 of painting surface, but I check how many videos on YouTube on how to stretch the canvases on the frames. Tons. There is no sense for me to spend time and record it. Okay, so it is not gonna happen. Unless you ask me, and I see hundreds of texts or messages, please do it, I will do it. But I know for sure I won't get 100 messages. There is tons of videos how to stretch canvases. And the only tricks that I do to make sure the frame is 90 degree, I'm using 90 degree framer belt, and I can show you. If somebody asks me, I will show you and link where to buy it. So you put a frame, you put a belt around, make sure it's 90 degrees, and then start stretching and stretching the canvas. Easy. All right. Next episode, I will talk about the direction that I'm going. Maybe a recommendation on the business side of art. Artistic journey maybe, and some techniques on, since I paint this year, I spent entire year painting in acrylic. I learned some acrylic techniques that I may share with you, how to properly use acrylic, which is very good, great. I would say not even good, it's great medium. But if you compare oil and acrylic, it's a completely 2 different mediums, not because one is oil-based and one is water-based. It's a completely different techniques. If you want your painting looks like oil and painting acrylics, you have to apply those techniques. And I'm gonna share, probably this will be next episode, how to, those techniques, how to paint in acrylic. That I learned from my style. Okay, please don't forget to subscribe, click a like, click a bell. It helps growing our channel, our community. Ask me any questions. I'm back, as I said, I'm back in the studio. I will be working on a project, winter projects, until next plein air season, which I'm gonna do probably 50% less, because I have that vision and a plan, a business plan, what I need to accomplish and what I need to do, and I'm gonna stick to this plan, and I'm gonna do it. But the only trips that I have right now is back to Rockport, because I'm actually judging one of the national exhibition in Rockport, and then that's it. And I will be back recording, the episodes and talking about art that I love, and anything that comes to my attention that it will be great to share with you. All right, but please don't hesitate to send me any messages, any questions you have. I'm here for you to answer if I have the answer. And again, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, and I'll see you next time.